I would love to read through a couple lines of what Yelena describing the situation to our group. And the reason I would like to do that with you is so that together we can try to decipher, and understand what Armin is feeling with the knowledge of the interaction that happened last episode and the last look that was given by Eren to Armin after Armin said, who's the real,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Yelena, but there is one certainty, and that is the threat of the Titans. Their history of tears and bloodshed will be put to an end by Zeke and by Eren. I don't know how long humanity will last, but it's hard to think that a greater feat would ever come to pass. People will speak of the brothers as legends for millennia to come, like the gods of the past. Even after their deaths, they'll be seen as saviors who shone over humanity. And then it elicits the response within Armin. And then he says, to think your cause was so noble. So I have like 3 initial like feelings. One being like, okay, he's being real and honest and he's thinking the cause is noble. 2, him...
Which could be totally layered. Doesn't necessarily mean that he would do the same thing.
Agreed.
Which I think we should talk about too.
2, him putting on a full act and trying to get Yelena to sympathize with his, or relate to his response.
Think that maybe these people are in fact safe to release.
Yes. Or 3, the one that like my heart tends to lean to, of him realizing through her talking what Eren's real plan is, and that it is different from what she knows to be Zeke's plan. And his realization that that what happened yesterday, or what happened in their last interaction, Eren was still there somehow. And,
I like that. I don't think we could totally piece together what it is, but
Agreed.
Armin is a character that is known to us to be a good thinker. And so for him to possibly piece together to realize that maybe what Eren's truly thinking, what Eren's truly planning, it's a great way to go with it. And I think the other way is maybe what I wanted to say about him saying that it was a noble thing. I don't really know the definition, but I'm going to say that just by the feeling of it being said, noble doesn't necessarily mean that it is a great thing to do. What it really, to me, when it was said, meant was you have in your mind, to you, your intentions are for the betterment of everyone, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to agree. So it is noble, but it isn't in fact maybe what everyone would think is the best option, or sometimes so I just think that maybe it's a layered thing there, that it's either that he is reading into it and knows now what Eren's thinking, I really like that, or I can't go with Armin like totally agreeing with this plan and liking it. I mean, it's not, Armin's the one that wants to think that no matter what, he can prove to people that they're not evil and that we can all be friends, or like at least just not fight. And I don't think that he would think that this is like the final solution is changing the anatomy of the people. And I think Jean had a really good point, which was like, who's gonna defend us if it's only old people by the end of 100 years, And that's a really fair point, that what's stopping people from wanting to enact revenge, as Gabby wants to enact revenge on whoever's still alive. Very, very good point. So I don't think that Armin necessarily like said that out of like, I agree completely and I am on board with this plan, because Armin is kind of the example of, I want to stay like true and good at all costs as much as possible. He's had to do some things that weren't good. He's had to kill people, and that hurts him. And I don't think the idea of changing people's bodies and ridding them the joy of having kids or like having a family and kind of cutting off the Eldian like race is something that Armin would want to do or think is the final, let's go with this plan. So I'm gonna say that maybe he used the word noble as, I can tell that to you, your intentions are for the betterment of the world, and to you this makes sense, and to you this is protecting the world, and to you this is righteous and good, and that is noble because you're trying through how you view the world to do good by it. To you, the character Yelena. The character Zeke. Mr. Casaver, probably even.
It's like, yeah, you, like, I understand that you think that in your mind you are, doing this and you're shouldering the weight of, like, and the pain of the world.
You're taking on the burden and you're gonna...
You're dying on the cross,
But you're also... It's weird coming from her in a way, because to Zeke, it's like, he's like, because I'm an Eldian, can say that this is a sacrifice my people would be willing to make, and I'm making that choice for them. Yelena's not an Eldian. So she's just basically looking at Zeke as an example for all of the other races that have been hurt by Marley. All the other nations that have been hurt by Marley.
Yelena's able, in her mind, to, it's kind of crazy, like, her devotion, right? Mm-hmm. Her devotion to somebody from a different race to handle an issue. I mean... It's
like she's impressed by Zeke's kind of, like...
How strong-willed you are,
she views it as he really is, his goal is noble in terms of saving his people.
And again, just to reiterate our points, like, a fucking course we don't think Zeke's, like, plan is a great fucking idea.
If I was in this universe, I would not like it.
Yeah, but...
I'd probably be on Armin's boat of what I think Armin doesn't actually want to do that.
Yeah, but in Zeke's mind and how Yelena interprets it, it is a very strong-willed, noble cause, right? And, like, to put yourself, like, in their fucking... twisted perspective, let's say.
I mean, it has to be a twisted perspective. Not only have they seen horrible things, there's magical elements to the show of giant people that can't control their own bodies and eat other people.
Yeah.
Like, you can only you can only see the inspiration, so far until it's like, okay, yes, but these are giant people that eat people.
Yeah. I do wonder, like, a little bit, like, if there was anything that was said to Armin and Mikasa, like, that was meant for them to figure out more and figure out, like, oh, Eren was trying to tell us that we should use the fact that Mikasa, like, can protect him to go help him right now, kind of thing. I don't know. But regardless, it was very, very interesting response from Armin.
Yeah, which, I mean, it definitely fed Yelena what she wanted. She loved hearing that.
Yeah. I love Nicolo. I love, like, his response, and I'm so glad that other dude died.
And they showed Sasha's dad kind of reacting, I guess, to this in a way. I just, like, why did you gotta go and tell him that she smelled too much like potatoes? Like, is that a bad thing? Like, potatoes are one of the yummiest things ever. Like, mashed potatoes. Like, how can you, like, diss that?
They are.
If I was gonna smell like something, at least let it be something that smells good, you know?
But some people just, like, eat potatoes raw. That's kind of weird.
I couldn't do that.
No, you should try it sometime. We saw Porco, like, downstairs below before it happened. I cannot believe, like, for 1 second was like, what if the below is Annie? Because of course, like, we had spotted it during the episode.
You know who's the hottest character in universe, like, in terms of, like, how the other characters view them? Peak.
Oh my god, without a doubt.
Like, not only was Peak's entire, like, team within her, like, tank on her back in love with her, but as she, like, says hello to everyone and Porco's there, everyone's like, blush face, oh my gosh.
I genuinely don't know, like, I haven't processed these emotions yet, but I think out of every character in this entire series, Peak might be the character I'm most attracted to. And I don't know, like, how this has come around in some fucked up full circle sense, but it's bizarre.
I mean, there's something about
ride on Peak's
the personality. The backpack bitch. Yeah. I mean, honestly, really, you have come full circle in a way. Like, you were definitely slandering and hating on. You were a major Peak hater before you knew Peak.
That's fair to say. I can acknowledge my, faults.
Your flaws, your fatal flaws.
I thought that there was a mid-roll, right? There has to be, but...
There always is.
I can't remember at, like, what point in the episode it was.
God, I just love how Peak was like, Gabby, like, just be, like, we prove we're good Eldians, like, they'll just be like, good job, just don't mess up the next time, like, they're always going to be under control, under supervision, they're always going to be looked at poorly.
I love that
that's
Gabby
systematic
is here.
At this point.
But yes, you're right. I'm so happy that Gabby's, like, here, like, in the story. It's so it's like, it could be unnecessary, but I
was thinking it was going to be Falco that was going to be more in the story. When we got introduced to Gabby and Falco, at, like, episode 1 of this season, I thought that Gabby was going to die.
Yeah.
I was like, Gabby's not making it. Like, Falco is getting Reiner's Titan. Gabby isn't making it. I thought pretty early in she wasn't gonna make it. I was like, okay, just a couple episodes of this kid, and then they're gonna kill her somehow. And I was kind of waiting for that. Not like because I wanted it to happen necessarily. I was just waiting for it to happen. Like, you know that the monster is like gonna come in and
like, don't go into the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't open that door.
So I'm surprised that Gabby is actually more of a narrative focal point than Falco is.
I do want to look at something I like Peak's backstory a lot too, to be honest.
Trying to get medical
give that
care
attention. I really, really enjoyed that.
Oh, can we make sure we go over what Yelena says? Oh, yeah, fortunately.
I had it written down.
Okay.
So this is what I wanted to talk about. Because I thought I understood what they were saying, which is something that was different than my understanding, but I want to go over it to make sure I'm not out of pocket. So this is when Yelena was again describing the euthanization plan and about how it's, not just going to be 50 years. And she acknowledged the fact that Queen Historia was blessed with an heir. And this was interesting. As long as subjects of Ymir inherit the founder until her child passes away. I can see how the plan is going to be, I guess, played out. But to hear it in this, it just so directly... I don't know. Because do you need to make sure that that's the last Eldian? That's the last subject of Ymir, right?
Right. What about any child that's born, obviously, they would need to make sure that they do this plan literally right after she gave birth. Does she have a headband on, or am I just,
no,
thinking she has a headband on?
I think she has a headband on.
Just the forehead. There's, a line on it.
It's her eyebrow.
Okay. I was like, this is not... That was not who Zeke saw.
So I assume that it would be okay, Aaron's term's up soon. We're going to, get somebody to eat him. Then we're going to get somebody to eat them until, until Historia's child can be given the power, or the Founding Titan's power, and then end it with that. Mm-hmm. So just to make sure I understand it, Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we were coming up to the, I guess, rooftop scene. I don't know how to describe it. It was tense. I was here for it. I was happy. I felt like once I saw Aaron's hand behind his back and him acknowledging that he doesn't trust the situation either. He's ready. I was just like, oh my God, show me where's the enemy.
And it's
I cannot
so
wait for the point.
Because he says, where is the enemy? He's not where are your invaders? Where are the invaders?
Yeah.
So of course she's going to point at him because he's the enemy.
Yeah. I love just the visual of Gabby shaking.
Oh, and he's the enemy, but Zeke said that Aaron's not my enemy.
It's so multi-layered, dude. I loved their look at each other, and then it looks like Aaron's legs were cut off, right?
Either one or both.
And then immediately turned into the Attack Titan. And he has the Attack Titan powers, he has the Founding Titan powers, and he has the Warhammer Titan powers, which I don't think we've really seen him utilize to the fullest extent, if at all.
Not only did Peak need to... Of course Peak wasn't going to shoot Aaron in the head in that moment, because Gabby was there. They haven't gotten Gabby to somewhat maybe safety, and also this entire plan. So Peak kind of feels like she checked all the boxes in terms of getting this plan to go perfectly. She got Gabby. She has Gabby. Airships are above. Porco's there kind of protecting them. Peak's okay, everything that I planned, good to go.
Yeah. I wonder how Zeke is going to come into play from this. We didn't even see if Levi was okay.
We don't know if Levi... We saw the horse had shreds of the cart in its neck, and it was very sad. We don't know how Levi is. Don't know what Zeke has planned with going inside that Titan's belly.
He's maybe trying to go meet up with Aaron, but I don't know.
Aaron's not going to be meeting up at that fated place that they were supposed to meet, that hopefully Aaron remembers. Yeah, Aaron doesn't have time for that now.
I literally cannot put into words the feeling that I get in my stomach when I look at Reiner looking at Aaron here. It makes me so happy, so excited. I'm so happy to be hearing the story.
Me too. You think that I was just about to say, do you think they have people to drop down as Titan bombs? And then I realized that they don't have Zeke anymore. So how would they turn them into Titans?
Yeah.
Huh. So it really is just going to be Reiner falling from the sky and maybe some soldiers?
Maybe, like parachuting in.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's not just going to be a Titan fight here.
Right.
It's not just Annie versus, like, Eren round 2. It's a full, it's a war.
I mean,
you
the military style for Marley
pointed.
is going to have to have definitely changed a lot in terms of them not having Zeke anymore, but also for not only his own powers, but his ability to kind of turn the people they were using as bombs into
They could
bombs.
just have literal bombs, though.
They could just have literal bombs. I don't know what their plan is in terms of like how they would think they would succeed the best here. What do they need to? What are they going to use against Eren? Is it really just we need Reiner to beat Eren, and maybe Porco and Peak with Reiner together, the three of them?
I'd say so. I feel like that's their best bet.
Do you think Yelena will run down and try to get Armin out of jail?
I
this?
don't think so.
And
fuck.
Maybe.
What
did she say? The saviors of Shiganshina or something. Maybe she'll try to get all of them out. Get Mikasa out of jail. Get out of jail free card.
Go help Eren. Like because Armin, like he said, has the colossal, but if he doesn't have the precision of it, right? He would just destroy the entire city.
I mean, I think Yelena would feel safe to do it too after seeing she knows all of these people that she has locked in that cell are not Eren haters. They're Eren's friends who wouldn't want to see him die. I don't know if Connie's the biggest hater, I would say. Because, Connie was arguing that Eren's insane. And Jean offered up the idea that maybe he's so sane that he did something and had meaning behind it in order to there was meaning behind it, which we talked, maybe he had meaning behind this as well to push Mikasa and Armin away, a defense mechanism, a protection for them.
I was trying to think of any last ditch good evidence to support my Annie Zeke theory, but they're into different sports. Annie liked boxing, Zeke liked baseball. I don't know what the crossover is there. I don't think we have ever seen Annie appreciate or look at a singular flower. My best guess is or best piece of maybe some evidence of her having a other version of a plan and her having her own thing was how she was off and ran into Kenny Ackerman and shit and all that was going down, which was kind of what the hell to us moment. And I don't know.
I want to bring up one last thing.
Okay.
Is there any idea that maybe Eren knew that this was going to happen, and so he didn't want Mikasa and Armin to be above ground in a part of this battlefield?
Maybe.
Peak says, "Oh, you must have seen our footprints," or something like that.
Yeah.
And Eren doesn't seem so shocked, and then all the soldiers don't seem so shocked, the Jaegerists, as they're taking Peak upstairs. It's kind of like maybe they were just waiting for her to come out of hiding.
Yeah.
But the only thing that shocks, and Yelena's even be careful, I don't trust her. But there's a possibility that Eren knew something, and Eren was it's mutual. We don't trust each other.
Yeah, I think Eren was probably be ready. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think he thought Marley was gonna give them tons of time.
Yeah, agreed. Huh.
Damn.
All right, that's all I have.
Me too.
That was a great episode.
It was
I'm
good.
loving the show.
I
Okay.
just didn't even react at all. I was just so.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.
You were definitely slandering and hating on. You were definitely slandering and hating on. Slandering and hating on.
Slandering and hating on.